One issue that really grabbed me as urgent were issues related to population.
In 1998, Dr. Zabin became the founding director of the Bill and Melinda Gates Institute for Population Control.
Dr. Zabin became the founding director of the Bill and Melinda Gates Institute for Population Control.
We see a lot of things that are going very well, things like reducing childhood death and First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
And what the developing world does not need is more children.
And I think that was the biggest aha to Bill and me when we got into this work, is we asked ourselves, of course, the same hard-nosed question you'd ask, which is, if you get into this work and you start to save these children, will women just keep overpopulating the world? And thank goodness the converse is absolutely true.
This is a very important question to get right, because it was absolutely key for me. When our foundation first started up, it was focused on reproductive health. That was the main thing we did, because I thought, population growth in poor countries is the biggest problem they face. You've got to help mothers who want to limit family size have the tools and education to do that. And that's the only thing that really counts.
By 2060, Muslims will be the biggest religious group the world over. What are you going to do then? Actually, post-Sharia is even then. We have families, we are making babies. You're not. Third population is going down the slum. One day we can have a Muslim majority nation here in Canada. Right in your face.
You say that you want Sharia law to displace Canadian law. That doesn't sound very respectful.
In majority, you wouldn't have any other option, my friend. Islam doesn't endorse gayism. Islam doesn't endorse homosexuality. The gay people are doing is against the commandments of God.
What's up, late night crew? We are back. Man, it's almost midnight as I start recording this. Just so you'll know, it is 10:46 as I start this recording. And I kind of feel like I want to do it live, but I don't want the distractions of having to read the comments and in what's in the chat. But watch this. So we've been talking about the premise of the three-headed monster that's attacking America right now, which is pro-Palestinian movement or Islam, LGBT movement, and then the woke agenda, woke movement. And I was explaining to you guys that this three-headed demonic monster that's attacking actually not just America, the world, it's losing. I mean, it's losing horrifically right now, but that's because the Lord decided he was going to put it into their foolishness. But I was breaking it down with the help of Prophet Hubert Angel. And when we left off in the last midnight version that we did, we talked about Genesis 6 and about Herod and him killing all the children in Jerusalem. We moved on from that to talking about everything about the corruption of bloodlines, which is what the Genesis 6 narrative is about. Everybody makes it about giants and Nephilim, but no, the true issue of the Genesis 6 narrative was the corruption of all the blood on the earth, so Jesus Christ could not be born. This is how you weigh podcasters who talk about Genesis 6. If they're not referring to, if the knowledge of Genesis 6 is just exalting Nephilims as if it's some kind of forbidden knowledge, then but they call themselves Christians, they're lying to you. They're not a Christian. It's it's Babylon. It's a mixture of Christianity with something else. If they're telling you, hey, I'm going to talk about these giants, and we're going to go into this about these giants, but the real reason why fallen angels came and took wives of anyone that they wanted and corrupted all flesh on this planet was in order to ensure that there was no bloodline that Christ could be born into that was not corrupt. And when you understand it from that perspective, and you don't go down the rabbit hole of, ooh, did you know that the giants were in the earth? Yeah, hey man, did you hear about the Kandahar giant? But when you look at it from that perspective, that is the right perspective, then you see these movements still going on in the earth, and then you can trace them and understand who are the Antichrist spirits, which we touched upon, people who were the Antichrist spirits. There's plural Antichrist spirits. On the earth, we talked about how you determine if a person has an Antichrist spirit. I even gave you an example of a guy from the cryptid community who has an Antichrist spirit and very vocal about it. And then we moved on. So, all right, now I'll give you a recap. Let's get back to Prophet Hubert Angel. And now we're getting ready to touch on what's so significant about this group, this whole group that's in front of us. Watch this. Now, remember, for those of you who want to watch this whole thing, it's entitled "The Devil is Gay." Who is gay? Why are you gay? That, I mean, I'm telling you, still the funniest clip I've ever heard in my life. And here we go.
Different. This is why I said this. The seeing in the spirit is different. Remember when I came here and I was talking about Brother Kabila?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What did I say? I said, right now I'm seeing him. He has already left the place. When they hit the compound yesterday, he wasn't there.
That's right.
Said it. You said it. Now, that I told you I did not come with that prophecy here. I saw it. And I'm just seeing it now. I just saw it now. And if you were live and you were watching me, you were watching God speak to a prophet in real time.
Wow.
Yes, I was standing here. I still look the same. And you still look the same. You might not have felt anything. But God was speaking right that moment. And now it's everywhere. And you're seeing it. I want you to see something. The devil is a spirit. There are also versions of his seeing. I tell people that sometimes when he begins to fight you, you'll be like, what happened to him? What is happening with the devil? He's fighting you so much. No. The idea is simple. What the devil is doing is not that he's fighting you so much more than any other time. No. He has realized the movement of angels to and from your house. So he doesn't understand.
Wow.
What did he just say in that house? That makes the activity of angels be increased.
Wow.
Before he goes on with this, I'm going to share a story with you guys, because this literally just happened today. So at the church that I go to for my daily 12 noon to 3 p.m. intercessory prayer, I pray in a church parking lot. It's something that the Lord called me to do from my office. I used to pray at the top of the building, the garage of my office. Then one day he said, why don't you go to your church and pray? And then, he just left me on assignment there in the parking lot. Don't matter if it's rain, don't matter if it's sleet, don't matter if it's hail, don't matter if it's snow. That's where I'm at, right? Well, in this tenure in this parking lot, there's been this issue with there's a school that functions inside of the church that's not a part of the church. But there's been this issue with someone inside the school that had a problem being in the parking lot. Although I've been there for 3 years, although everybody in the church knows me. But there's these two different entities. There's the church itself and the body of the church, and then there's the school. That's like its own separate entity that's there. And every time I go to pray, or typically, around the beginning of the month, towards the middle of the month, and towards the end of the month, they'll have a problem. Or if they have a new employee that comes, like a new security guard, they'll have a problem. And they'll send a security guard out. And you would think that the person who has the problem inside the school has kind of learned the lesson by now, because every time someone comes out to try and stop us from praying, they end up getting fired or some crazy stuff happen where they just no longer at that church, right? But it makes sense when you think about it. You see, Satan doesn't exactly know what's going on, but he knows when we start, there's angels descending, going back and forth like darting. Pew, 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 pew. And it's every time the same time of day. So he's found someone he could trigger in there and bring him into offense. So they're like, no, this guy has got to stop being here. We're not feeling safe. We got this. And today's conversation was, hey, man, you know, there was an incident at the school the other day where there was some guy in the carpool line, and he was weird, and he was asking people questions. I told the security guard, I said, bruh, let's just keep it real. I said, if there's a person's been here every day for 3 years, if they was planning on giving you a problem, you would have been had a problem by now. I said, if a man was trying to give you guys a problem, he wouldn't be parked dead smack in the middle of the parking lot where you could see him. He would be off hitting. I said, none of the stuff you're saying is making sense. But he was sent on that mission. And the amazing thing is the person that's inside will never come themselves. They're always sending someone else. But it's because Satan himself says, okay, every day these angels are going, pew, pew, pew. And that's what happens when you pray. I hope you know this. The angels go out to fulfill your decrees and declarations in prayer. And I don't really pray for myself. I pray for the church. I pray for the nation. So angels just going, shoom, 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 shoom. And Satan like, what the hell? We got to get him to stop. We want him to stop now. And the girl is like, yes, my lord. I'll send someone to stop him. And the funniest thing is, you know it's the devil, and you know it's Satan, because they try to give you a spirit in the process. So it tries to be like offensive to get you into offense. And then when you're not in offense, you just like, hey, if you want me to leave, tell me you want me to leave. But just understand that whoever makes the decision that I'm going to leave, I'm going to listen because it's your property. You got the right to. I'm not going to resist it. But just understand, this guy's church, and he called me here. That's going to be between you and that guy. That's all I'm going to tell you. So if you want me to leave, tell me to leave. Nobody. It's amazing because nobody comes up and be like, oh, we want you to go. Because they need me to come into offense and leave on my own. And I'm not going to get offended. There's no reason for me to get offended. I know why I'm sitting there. What am I going to get offended about? There's no reason for me to get upset at all. So, long story short, what he's saying is 100% accurate. And it's what the devil sees. He sees the activity. He sees the movement. And with many of you guys, it's the same thing in your life. You haven't been praying. Nothing's been going on. You decide, oh, man, I'm about to start praying. Your guardian angel and other angels start coming back and forth from heaven to make stuff happen for you because they're on assignment. And he's like, man, that house ain't been active in a long time. What's going on over there? My lord, I went to go check in on the house on Sycamore Street. And my lord, Satan, do you know that they're over there praying that your kingdom falls? No, we can't have that. Send someone there now. Send in the demons. Send in the pornography. Send it all in now. Send in the lust. Send in the fear. Send in the greed. And then lust and fear and greed and anger all stack up at your front door like SEAL Team 6. Like, okay, let's get in here. Boom, blow the handle off. Clear, clear, clear. They're coming for you. And that's how it works. All right, I'm sorry. Let me get back to the prophet.
Are you getting this now? Yes, sir. So now the devil has no ability, sir. He has no ability to know when is the enemy, who is God, bringing his son back. Because the coming of the son, he had no preview. He didn't say, I'm seeing this. No. He has no idea how the Son of God is going to come here. That's why when he met him, he got confused. Are you? Wow. If you are the Son of God, because, come on, you can't be a human being like this. Because remember, as the devil is tempting Jesus, he's not in human form, he's in human form.
Wow.
He's in a humanoid form. But guess what? He's not a person walking down the street and say, okay, John from neighborhood is actually the devil now. No. Is coming from the spiritual realm and projecting himself to be able to speak to an entity called Jesus. Then he says, if you are the Son of God. So right now he has no idea how God will bring his son. So what has he managed to do now? First time, he corrupted the blood.
Yes, sir.
In the time of Jesus coming, he killed all the boys. So that he eliminates. So this time also, he is busy trying to use another form of preventing the Christ from coming. And the only way he can do it, if you hear them talk about it, is population reduction. Population reduction is so that the devil can point out and say, I think it's there. I think he might come out of that one.
I love it when they go, I'm going to go, Prophet, I'm going to go, too. Now, this is not adding on to anything the Prophet said, because I don't think that needs to be added, but I will say this. We had the murder of all the babies, number one. We had the corruption of blood. If you look at what's been going on, we just went through a mighty corruption of blood from 2020 to now. A full-on genetic modification of blood. A lot of people's bloods have been modified. Then it went to the point to where it was, there was shedding associated with it, to where because someone had it, it shedded on other people, which ended up corrupting their blood. Right. Okay. Then you move into the new movements in the earth, the movement of what they try to do in the classrooms, which was bring LGBT in the classrooms and have what type of people at story hour for kids. And then this whole thing about boys can be girls and girls could be boys. And then the whole thing about taking hormone drugs that would cause you to chemically be castrated. So there's population reduction. There's genetic modification. There's food modification, at least a genetic modification in the human body. All of it affecting the fertility rates of people around the world. And then people say, well, man, there's a war on fertility in the world. No. Let me do like Prophet Angel. Let me see if I can. Let me point like Prophet Angel. Yeah. You see the same thing playing over again. It just has technology mixed in with it. Let me rewind, and I'm going to let the prophet break it down for you. But it's the exact same thing. Because every time I do one of these, there'll be somebody who'll come along and try and pick it apart. And the last time I responded to somebody, the Lord was like, son, don't be responding to no religious spirits. Stop. Don't even respond to them. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm sorry. I repent. And also, guys, I want to apologize because it came to my attention. I said something early in one of the videos that came across kind of, well, I was told I was coming across being kind of arrogant. I wasn't trying to be arrogant. I think when I was talking about like me being in my own lane, it was the way I said it. So I wanted to say I'm sorry to you guys. I wasn't trying to be arrogant and I wasn't trying to be like rude. It's just there is no competition because God put me in my own lane. I didn't put myself in my own lane. God put me in my own lane. So, but it came across the wrong way. And I know it came across the wrong way because he told me, hey, don't, you need to rephrase that from now on. So, but there is no competition because he put me in my own lane. There's nobody who does this because he's the one that tells me how to do this. All right, let's rewind real quick and we're going to let him say it.
Bringing his son back. Because the coming of the son, he had no preview. He didn't say, I'm seeing this. No. He has no idea how the Son of God is going to come here. That's why when he met him, he got confused. Are you? Wow. If you are the Son of God, because, come on, you can't be a human being like this. Because remember, as the devil is tempting Jesus, he's not in human form, he's in human form.
Wow.
He's in a humanoid form. But guess what? He's not a person walking down the street and say, okay, John from neighborhood is actually the devil now. No. Is coming from the spiritual realm and projecting himself to be able to speak to an entity called Jesus. Then he says, if you are the Son of God. So right now he has no idea how God will bring his son. So what has he managed to do now? First time, he corrupted the blood.
Yes, sir.
In the time of Jesus coming, he killed all the boys. So that he eliminates. So this time also, he is busy trying to use another form of preventing the Christ from coming. And the only way he can do it, if you hear them talk about it, is population reduction. Population reduction is so that the devil can point out and say, I think it's there. I think he might come out of that one. And he's not worried so much about what the Muslims will do. That's why they are being pushed on the forefront. It's okay. Don't upset Muslims. Let them march on the streets. Look at what they are doing in Britain now. One just entered the room with small kids, stabbed with a knife. And every day you hear that noise. And still we have governments allowing that extremism to come, extremists to come into a place and cause chaos. Why? Easy. They know. The devil knows. This one, I can promote this one. It's okay. The devil is not coming from there. These guys can stand up and oppose gays and it's still okay. What do you think Andrew Tate said, I'm now Muslim? His crimes were too big for him to be a Christian. These are facts I'm giving you.
Wow. Immunity.
He needed to be a Muslim so that he can talk the junk he's talking. Not really junk. It's truth, some of the things he's saying. But you just kind of group it with this information that he's putting out, which is, yeah, that's what they believe as Muslims. You see? So you don't attack him.
Okay.
If he speaks like that, Christians are being massaged by demonic entities of westernization, where we are being westernized, we're no longer Christians. We have coffee breaks in church. Oh my God, coffee breaks.
Coffee breaks in church.
So that the people are excited. The preacher preaches until 30 minutes is gone, coffee break, we are coming back and continue.
Wow.
I don't know if you're getting this.
Now, I figured I need to pause and clarify due to his African accent who Hubert Angel mentioned when he was talking about how people massage Christians. He said Andrew Tate. That's who he said, Andrew Tate. Now, if you guys have watched me for a while, you've heard me say over and over and over and over again, I'd be like, man, Andrew Tate need to mind his damn business. He's a Muslim. We don't need to take no advice from no Muslim. I don't want no advice from Muslim. Now, let's rewind back and listen to again what he says about Andrew Tate, because this is very, very, very important. All right, here we are. Here we go. Y'all ready? I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. You ready? You over there? You ready? You ready? You ready? The angels, y'all ready? Let's go.
That extremism to come, extremists to come into a place and cause chaos. Why? Easy. They know. The devil knows. This one, I can promote this one. It's okay. The devil is not coming from there. These guys can stand up and oppose gays and it's still okay. What do you think Andrew Tate said, I'm now Muslim? His crimes were too big for him to be a Christian. These are facts I'm giving you.
Wow. Immunity.
He needed to be a Muslim so that he can talk the junk he's talking. Not really junk. It's truth, some of the things he's saying. But you just kind of group it with this information that he is putting out, which is, yeah, that's what they believe as Muslims. You see? So you don't attack him.
Okay.
If he speaks like that, Christians are being massaged by demonic entities of westernization, where we are being westernized, we're no longer Christians. We have coffee breaks in church. Oh my God, coffee breaks.
Coffee breaks in church.
So that the people are excited. The preacher preaches until 30 minutes is gone, coffee break, we are coming back and continue.
Wow.
I don't know if you're getting this. We have lowered the level of Christianity to a certain level because the devil has infiltrated the church.
Infiltrated.
So that when we are up there, he says, it's not a problem. You can have sex with another man. It's okay. God doesn't care about this. You just love your neighbor. They forget the Bible says love is just.
Yes, sir.
And love is a weapon that we use against our enemies. Love you, for it to heap up hot coals of fire over them. It's a weapon. It's not a fuzzy feeling. I just feel loved. No. It's a weapon.
It's a weapon.
So here it is. So what the devil is trying to do is to bring a system by which no one gives birth. So, because he uses physical apparatus to see who is not.
Wow.
Now, thank you, Prophet Hubert Angel. I'm going to give my man a break. Yeah, I'm going to give my man a break. But he just revealed it. He said he's trying to bring a system where no one gives birth. No one gives birth. Huh. Does that sound familiar to you? Does that sound like something Dark Waters has covered before? Huh. Does that hold on for a second? Maybe, just maybe, possibly maybe, I can go back and find where I talked about this before. Hold on. Let's just see. Now you got to forgive me for a second. It's going to be two me's on the screen. Yeah, it's two of me's on that screen right now. They got one me at the top and they got one me at the bottom. So you got to deal with two of me. Yeah, it's two of me. Yeah. That's James at the top and that's Thames at the bottom. Yeah. Sometimes the one at the bottom be acting like a maladroit doofus, but he gonna be all right. Don't tell him I said that because he might spaz out on me because he a little crazy. All right. Watch what he got to say. Remember this about the artificial wounds? Hold on. Whatever that damn demonic ass spirit is you work with, if he exalts your horn and you come back, then we'll discuss some things. Until then, get the hell on. All right. Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb. Now, yesterday we covered the prison cell for people to go into, where in a short period of time, for up to 8 minutes, they could go to prison and they'll come back out and there'll be a whole nother. And it was.
Lab-grown babies features 7 biological parents. Introducing Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb facility, powered entirely by renewable energy. Ectolife allows infertile couple to conceive a baby and become the true biological parents of their own offspring. It's a perfect solution for women who had their uterus surgically removed due to cancer or other complications. With Ectolife, premature births and C-sections will be a thing of the past. Ectolife is designed to help countries that are suffering from severe population decline, including Japan, Bulgaria, South Korea, and many others. The facility features 75 highly equipped labs. Each state-of-the-art lab can accommodate up to 400 growth pods or artificial wombs. Every pod is designed to replicate the exact conditions that exist inside the mother's uterus. A single building can incubate up to 30,000 lab-grown babies per year.
Damn.
Ectolife allows your baby to develop in an infection-free environment.
You damn
the pods
test
are
tube,
made
baby.
of materials that prevent germs from sticking to their surfaces. Every growth pod features sensors that can monitor your baby's vital signs, including heartbeat, temperature, blood pressure, breathing rate, and oxygen saturation.
Test tube, baby.
The artificial intelligence-based system also monitors the physical features of your baby and reports any potential genetic abnormalities. The pods are equipped with a screen that displays real-time data on the developmental progress of your baby.
You get the point. You get the point that I'm making. The point I'm making is, when you look at it and you really scan the battlefield of what's going on, what Prophet Hubert Angel makes a hell of a lot of sense. Saying it's making a hell of a lot of sense. That's why you got Bill Gates running around talking about he needs to cut the population in half. That's why they're talking about they need to control the amount of water on the planet, because it's a coordinated satanic attack into this realm. It is actually a masterful attack. I mean, it's on all fronts and all ends, and it's compartmentalized to where the only way you see the full attack is if you look at it from the realm of the spirit. Like I love Alex Jones, right? Alex sees the battlefield, and unfortunately, I don't think he sees the full spiritual form of the battlefield. And what I mean by that is, no. This is about Satan freaking out over Jesus returning. Because remember, the first time he got jammed up. The Bible says, had they known, they wouldn't have crucified him. The first time he got jammed up, he took a giant L. Remember? I said this in a video before. I had all them Jewish people saying, no. Pontius Pilate said, no, I don't find any guilt in this man. I wash my hands of this. They said, let his blood be on our hands and the hands of our children. No, don't have me spaz out about that. Let me stop. I'm going back. I'm not mature enough. Let me go back to the prophet. Prophet, you need to take over because I'm tripping. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Before I started rapping, if you heard my story, bet you'd be like, oh my goodness. Oh my.
Going to bring up Jesus and who is going to give birth to Jesus. So the religion that is suffering, and I'm sorry to use the word religion, but I'm just using it. Christianity is not a religion, it's a relationship. But anyway, I'm just going to use it, relationship. So the relationship we have now, which is Christianity, the religion of Christianity, is the one that has got all these scriptures against homosexuality. Muslims also are against homosexuality, although most of them are. Many are. Yeah, trust me. You can go to India today. You think they don't do that. You will be so shocked. They are there. You will see them in Dubai. You can walk there, and they're Muslims, and they're also there. Say, let me just say this. If you meet a Muslim telling you, they can tell you this. Muslim can tell you this. They will tell you that Christianity has got many factions. Let me tell you, Muslims have over 72 factions. Over 72.
Wow.
The Sunnis, the Shiites. You thought those were just names, Arabic names. Those were sects. They don't believe the same thing.
Wow. Wow.
But because you want them to be called Pentecostals, Evangelicals, and they just lie to you that no, you are too divided. They are very divided. They just don't bring their division to the forefront like Christians do. Christians have preachers preaching against each other every day. And then the supporters now are coming in to support their favorite pastor. And then one comes out and says, I'm sent to do this myself, to oppose people. And people say, oh, wow, prophet, apostle, you are doing very good, teacher, pastor. It's a lie. There's no ministry like that. That's nonsensical. Spiritual dunderheads. So we're hearing all these things, and we don't know what the enemy is trying to do, trying to divide us. And the moment we are divided, one starts saying, I think, homosexuals are there. Look at what is happening right now. Most homosexuals are found in choirs. It's just a research, it's not even in the Bible, okay? So don't call this. Don't say, show me the verse now. Yeah. I'm the first one to admit there is no verse for this. But I've been in church for some time to know most homosexuals are found in the choir.
Wow.
And why are they found in the choir? Because the enemy inserted them. And we won't correct them, because if we correct them, they won't come to church next Sunday and there won't be a worship team. Why is it that is in the end time? Because just as the days of what?
Noah.
So are the days of
Coming.
And that's the point I've been making. Man, my sinuses just went crazy. That's the point I've been making. You see, the Genesis 6 narrative is so much more than about some damn giants. It really is so much more than about some giants. But it's been kidnapped and made all about the giants and the Nephilim, which brings people into worshiping the sons and daughters of the fallen angels and the fallen angels themselves. And they've been coerced into, they've been gently massaged into worshiping demons. Well, DW, I read about it, but that don't mean I worship it. What is the definition of worship? What is the definition of worship? It means that you give an inordinate amount of attention to a subject. That is worship. Yes. Well, one of the many definitions of worship. I'm sorry. There are other definitions of worship, but part of worship is giving attention to one thing. When you pray, what are you doing? You're giving all your attention to the Lord. Ooh, I got to sneeze again. Hold on. Y'all going to have to get paused for a second. Yeah. I'm back. Sorry about that. Now I'm really got stuffy. So I just want to make that point. This is why I'm always ranting and raving about people who take the Genesis 6 narrative and they run with it and they have it completely and totally and utterly wrong. But they're bringing people into this religion, but they're professing Jesus. Oh, I believe in Jesus, but let me talk about Nephilim. Oh, I believe in Jesus. Let's talk about giants. Oh, I believe in Jesus. And it's one of those things that they go get judged for. Ain't none of my business between them and the big man. It's why I left that community. Because when the big man explained that to me, I said, oh, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. I don't want no smoke with you. I said, have mercy on me, Lord. I'm ignorant. And I said, nah, what you want me to do? Because I don't care. I'm gone. All right, here we go.
We are going to get to it in a few seconds. We're going to get it in a few seconds. Of course, most of them don't get this. Let me show you 1 Timothy 4. Verse number 1 to 3. Now the Spirit speaketh what? You love this word. Speaketh expressly, non-stop, fluent. The Holy Ghost is speaking non-stop. Are you getting this? Fluently. He's not stopping. Nothing is disturbing him in his talk. And it's urgent. That in the latter times, where are we? Later times. Some shall depart, not all, from the faith. Giving heed to seducing what? Spirits. You are no longer a Christian. You give heed to seducing spirits. Doctrines of what? Of devils. Doctrines of the Satan. Let me go back to doctrines.
Break it
out.
It's a
doctrine. That means the devil is a satanic verse.
Wow. Satanic verse.
It is a constitution of the devil that he has put this in the constitution. The doctrines of devils. That means they are not divided. They know exactly what their doctrines are. So when they see you practicing one of them, they say, that one is closer. It's just a church. You are coming to church, but the devil think you're actually in his church. Just like Christians can come to church and go clubbing. The club man who pours your beer and your alcohol and those shots thinks you are a happy guy. You're a good customer. The pastor who sees you coming forward to give what? Your tithe says, that's my best Christian. So you're in both churches. You just don't know. The one pastor is acknowledging you. The other pastor is acknowledging your money and giving you the shots. So you belong to two churches. So the Bible says he's got doctrines of devils. That means according to the devil, he sees you practicing his religion. They didn't get it. They just missed it.
I get it. I just can't articulate it.
Listen to me now. That means the devil knows you are practicing his religion. So he thinks you are not a Christian.
What's your practicing?
You are practicing exactly what is in his constitution. In his code of conduct. He knows it. You lie. Jealousy. No respect. Unbridled. You cannot be controlled. Hear me. The devil says, okay, that's my member, that's my member, that's my member. He doesn't have a church somewhere. His church is in the spirit. He knows. That one is my member, that is my member. You may be in a church, he knows. Do you know what Jesus did when he got into the service after healing a person? He went and preached to that person in someone's church.
That's right. That's true.
Finding the men in church, he sat down and said, go sin no more, my brother. We are listening to the preacher here. So why are you preaching in someone's church? Jesus followed his own congregant. He said, why are you here? You know, if you're a pastor, you would understand when you pray for someone and they get healed and you see them in another church giving the testimony of what you did, but they're saying it's the pastor in that church who did it. You're like, what just happened? So it happens a lot with the devil. The devil knows there are a lot of people. Some of you are watching me now. You're not Christians, according to the devil. One leg, spirit embassy. One leg, devil doctrines. Then he just gave us some of his doctrines that he likes, but they look simple. Watch this. Doctrines of devils. Speaking lies in hypocrisy. Having their conscience seared with a hot iron. Forbidding to marry. Wait a minute. So all this from verse number 1. From verse number 1. When you said the spirit is speaking expressly. This is urgent. This is fluent. We were going to just stop him to marry? No. They're not getting me. All the things he said about the devil, doctrines of devils, is the devil so immature, so myopic that the main doctrines he has, the first doctrine he has in his doctrinal books is they should not marry.
Stopping to marry. That's number 1.
That's his number 1 focus. Don't marry.
Now, let me ask a question for you. Let me just ask you a question. Up until Barack Hussein Obama, who was the people that couldn't get married? Until Barack Hussein Obama did it. And this is no strike out against those people. I mean, I want everybody to be saved. I don't want anybody to go to hell. But the truth of the matter is the truth of the matter. And you come to understand, man, my nose is doing bad. You come to realize and understand, oh, that's why. Because my little 12-hour nasal spray, when we get to about 11:30, the 12 hours is over. It's worn out. I get it. You come to understand that when we start talking about the depopulation program, there was a book written that said that they would make every boy a girl and every girl a boy. And this was by members of the Committee of 300. And their plan was to make people transhuman, but in order to make people transhuman, they had to make them transsexual first, and they needed to get more than 2 genders, because in order to get to the point where you're transhuman, you have to get people to accept that you can be trans. That's how come you had people running around talking about their dogs and their puppies and their toasters and their flower pots. And I'm a sunflower seed. No. I'm a sunflower in a field. Then tomorrow, I feel like a light. What? The next day, I feel like an electrical outlet. Well, how many votes are you, Trick? You know what I'm saying? How many votes is you?
I don't know if you're getting this.
We're getting it.
I'm dealing with his doctrine first. His doctrine, when you get a hold of his book, his doctrinal book, and you say, chapter number 1, most important rule, forbid people to marry. So either the person should not marry so that they don't produce a child. Number 2, because if you look at the word marry there, you'd be interested to understand it's not just marriage, it's even the union. So number 2, which other union is there that is not married? The alphabet community. So he's encouraging the alphabet community.
Wow.
I don't know if you're understanding this.
We are catching it.
Are you getting this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, we dealt with the issue that in the beginning of Genesis, we found out that they went after strange flesh. There is flesh.
Look, I'm stopping right there. My nose is hurting. And he about to go real deep. He about to go super duper deep. He about to go so deep that it's going to take another 30 minutes for us to get through this and then for me to add and edit stuff into it. So I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to bring you all the way back to the beginning. Remember I talked about the 3-headed dragon that was attacking us and the use of this dragon. Excuse me. And ladies and gentlemen, he just explained the 3-headed dragon to you in great detail and why this dragon has been brought out. That's the 1,000,000-foot view of this dragon. Everything else that we've seen on our board, right? Let me see if I can zoom out. So this is our board. If you haven't seen our board, this is our board. It's got plenty of points on it. Everything else on our board is to get to that 1,000,000 viewpoint. This is why you have Zoran Mandami. This is why you have Sadiq Khan in London. This is why they're being allowed in different nations, because Satan ain't got no problem with them. The reason why Satan ain't got no problem with him is because quite frankly, they are the end time army. If you read the Bible very carefully, you'll realize that that group of people is the end time army that's going to fight against Jesus. Then when you keep on zooming in and you get to all the things about the illegal aliens and the pedophilia and the Jeffrey Epsteins and all this other stuff, it plays into, to be clear, because Jeffrey Epstein, everybody's stuck on a Jeffrey Epstein Island thing. Nobody's talking about the fact that Jeffrey Epstein was about genetic modification, gene editing and gene modifying human beings. The island and the pedophilia and all that was that's just the appetizer. When you really dig deep, it gets in all that. But then you'll understand why you have somebody like Ilhan Omar, who's constantly in your face as a Muslim woman, saying that white people are racist and America sucks and in Somalia is better. But you got to see it from the highest angle in order to get it all. And I want you to get it all. I want you to see it all. I want you to understand it all. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, we're going to chop it off right here. And I'll see y'all tomorrow because, man, my nose is it's literally about to run all over the place. It's literally about to run all over the place. Appreciate you. Love you. I'm out of here.